First question, Nick, is can we continue to write out to our existing clients at the end of a transaction, so that's clients at the end of a transaction, regarding other services that we feel we can offer them?
Yes, you can do, but you wouldn't use consent necessarily for that. You'd probably be most likely to use legitimate interests to do that.
Okay.
There is a thing known as soft opt-in, which has changed a little under GDPR. That is something that only applies to existing customers. So in this case, you would use that concept of soft opt-in to tell them about your additional products, existing services that they might be interested in. But under soft opt-in, under GDPR, it's not a consent issue, it's a legitimate interest. So you would work out that you have a legitimate interest to tell them about those products. You would need to conduct an LIA, a legitimate interest assessment, which you want to do to assess that what you're doing is right, is proper, and is respecting their rights and freedoms. We went into that in more detail in that previous webinar on the conditions for processing. So yes, you can do. Just make sure you've done a legitimate interest assessment, I think, first of all, before you do that.
Okay, so that's using legitimate interest as an alternative to one of the other conditions, such as soft opt-in.
Because this is not really consent. I think is unless you've got specific consent to market to them.
Yeah.
So then you could do it that way, because you also can't really use a contract to market additional products to someone. You can't use a contract basis because it's not necessary to fulfill the contract you have with that person. So legitimate interest, I think, is the best bet to tell and I remember, this is existing customers, this is not new customers.